Technology is only as useful as the men who operate it. In this video, we will explore the advancements in technology and science in the 20th century.
In 1901, the first gasoline-powered Mercedes rolled off the line. It was one of the latest and most technically advanced achievements of the time. That same year, the adrenaline molecule was synthesized and was being used to control asthma attacks and cardiac arrests. In 1903, the beginnings of aviation started. On December 17, Oliver and Wilbur Wright kept a rudimentary airplane airborne for 12 seconds. Physics in the 19s were just beginning to understand the model of the atom, so the Saturnian model of the atom was proposed in 1904. The next year, the first radio emission started, and Albert Einstein introduces his theory of space general relativity. 1 year later, the patent for air conditioning was made by American engineer Wills Carrier. And in 1909, functional assembly lines made by Henry Ford revolutionized the auto industry by standardizing car parts and assigning each worker one task in a moving assembly line.
In 1917, Ernest Rutherford discovered the proton. He also invented a detector of radio waves. In 1918, Nikola Tesla invented an electric motor with rotating magnetic fields. He also invented the laser. In 1920, Benjamin Holt invented the bulldozer. He also created the basis of the British and French tanks. He was the founder of Caterpillar. In 1921, Albert Einstein came up with the concept of rest energy through his famous equation E equals to mc squared. Albert Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. In 1922, Sakuhei Fujiwara got a doctorate in abnormal propagation of sound waves.
In 1924, Sakichi Toyota invented lots of weaving devices, including its most famous, that is the automatic power loom. 2 years after that, Robert H. Goddard invented the first liquid fuel rocket. In 1927, Wasaboru Oishi wrote his first report of the jet stream. In 1930, the first radio for cars, called the Motorola, was developed.
1931. The first electron microscope was invented by Max Knoll in 1931 with his colleague Ernst Ruska. 1936. The first really functional helicopter was built and flown for the first time in 1936 by Etienne Oenmagen, a French engineer that helped build tanks for the war. In 1937, the medicine field, the new portable electrocardiogram was invented by Taro Takemi. In 1936, also in the medicine field, the first vectorcardiogram was invented. This allowed to see the electrical forces that were in the heart of a person, helping preventing heart attacks. In 1942, Enrico Fermi, also known as the architect of nuclear age, was one of the most remarkable physicists of his age. He did the first self-controlling nuclear chain reaction. Due to these discoveries, in this and other experiments, he and his team discovered the first nuclear reactor.
1943. Albert Hofmann was a Swiss chemist that worked in a pharmaceutical lab in Switzerland. While working there, he was looking for a blood stimulant, without knowing until 1943 that he had created one of the most iconic drugs of all times. In 1944, during the Second World War, the Japanese Empire developed a balloon bomb that could travel through the whole Pacific Ocean and bomb American territory. In 1953, Dr. John Haysham Gibbon performed the first successful cardiopulmonary bypass surgery. 1954, the first device to detect an object's speed was created by Bryce K. Brown in March 1954, the radar gun. In 1955, the USS Nautilus was born. This was the world's first nuclear submarine, created by Ross Gunn.
In 1955, the first instrument that could sense the magnitude of Earth's vibrations was invented by American physicist Simon Fowler. In 1958, in the field of genetic food, the instant noodles were invented by Momofuku Ando. In 1959, the first weather satellite was launched on February 17th by NASA. In 1966, the compound of polymers named Kevlar was being researched. By 1969, the final product had been created and presented. It was not until 1970 that it got commercialized. All this work was done by Stephanie Kwolek and his scientists team. In 1966, the Japanese team, led by Kimishige Ishiaka, discovered immunoglobulin E, a type of antibody.